What's going on, guys? It's Joey. It's great to see you guys again. Today I'm going to be talking about how this squiggly line is saving my life currently and how it's affecting your life and could save your life as well. Okay, now if you would much rather not learn about how this is affecting your life and you'd much rather go watch a cat video, then by all means, please go watch that cat video because I do not want you here. But if you're interested in seeing how this squiggly line is changing my life and how it's going to change your life, then pay attention. Here it is. Okay, so this squiggly line, and I'm going to use the example of my weight loss with losing over 100 pounds. Okay, this squiggly line is literally the only thing there is when it came to the progression and success of my weight loss. And this also would have been present, and the reason if I would have failed losing weight, this would have been the reason why. So as you can see right here, there are two different squiggly lines. They both look the same. One of them is trending upwards. There's a green check mark. One of them is trending downwards. There's an X. Okay, no one wants the X. No one wants to go downwards, right? So if you ever fail at weight loss, you're probably living off of this squiggly line and not this one. Okay, so I'm about to dive into it right now. So pay attention. So what does this squiggly line represent? Okay, what does it represent? Well, in short, this squiggly line represents evolution. And no, I'm not talking about like some kind of like evolution as opposed to religion or anything. I'm talking purely based on the becoming of literally everything. Because if you think about it logically, nothing ever stays the same. You're either getting better or you're getting worse. There is no such thing as complacency. There really is no such thing as complacency. So, for example, you either go to the gym today or you don't go to the gym today. Okay, there is no such thing as complacency. You're either getting better and burning calories, or you're not burning calories whatsoever. And it's not like you just stayed the same from yesterday to today. You got worse today. You didn't just stay the same, you got worse. So that's what I mean by evolution, okay? That's what I mean by evolving. Like, you are not the same person, neither am I, as yesterday or last week or last year, because we are getting older, okay? We're getting closer to death. That's just an irrefutable fact. You cannot argue against that fact. So everything is always becoming. It's either becoming better or it's becoming worse. Okay, I just wanted to start this video off with that. So now that you know that this pretty much just represents evolution itself, I want to explain exactly how the evolutionary process works and how to see pretty much if you're trending upwards or if you're trending downwards, and if you are trending downwards, how to intercept that to make it go upwards. Okay, this is something that you got to keep your eye on pretty much at all times. Like you have to be aware of this first of all. Because if you're not aware of this, which like I'm pretty sure almost 100% of the people watching this video are not aware of this, then you're gonna miss it and you're not gonna know why you're failing in life or why you're succeeding in life, okay? So this is why. So this is how the process is broken down of evolution. So here's the process. You have this right here, which is the input. It starts with input, and then input goes into the process. And then process becomes the output. The process creates an output, and then the output has feedback that bends back into the new input. So the output then becomes the new input. And it's this constant cycle. And that's what this is. It's this constant cycle of, input, process, output, feedback. And so if the feedback is negative, and, for example, if the input is no gym, the process is you sit at home and you don't go to the gym and you don't burn calories, you don't work out, then the output is that you gain weight. So then and then that feeds back into the new input, which is not go to the gym, not work out and actually do the work, and then not get results. And that's how you constantly trend in a downward spiral, getting worse, not staying the same. So if you think you've been complacent over the last month or 6 months, you haven't been complacent. You haven't stayed where you were the first day you stopped going to the gym. You are 6 months behind going to the gym, okay? You're 6 months behind. You're not complacent. You're not where you were when you left the gym. No, you're 6 months behind now, okay? So that's how the evolutionary process works, and it works for anything and everything. That is how things evolve. Everything is evolving always, at all times. So lastly, how can you make this work in your favor? Okay? So here's some examples, okay? So for example, mental feedback loops for me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have problems with this too, but I'm sure a lot of you guys don't, okay? So for me personally, I have these mental feedback loops, okay, where I will think of something from my past that was destructive or negative or just kind of makes me sad or depressed. I will, like, that thought will pop into my head, or I'll see something that reminds me of that and it pops into my head, and that thought, the input, turns into the process, which becomes, that's the thing that I start mentally fixating on. Like, I'm not gonna give you any personal examples of mine, but like when I start thinking about something about the past, I'll think about it and then I'll start thinking about it and like fixating on it. And then the output is like, sometimes the entire day I just become depressed and I can't do anything. So it starts with a thought, and then that thought just ruminates in my head. The process is just that I keep thinking on it. And then it becomes, the result of that becomes that I am depressed and I'm sad. And it's like this negative feedback loop of what's going on here. So if you want to stop that, if you notice yourself in a pattern of, you think of something, it gives you anxiety, and then you have a ton of anxiety and then you can't do anything. Well, notice that it's triggered by this. It's triggered by a thought or some kind of trigger, and then you get anxious and start constantly fixating on it. And then the end result is you can't do anything, or it's like makes it really hard, or you're self-conscious. So the example I want to give to you that you can take away from this is that if you are prone to giving up on your weight loss, so if you're prone to losing motivation, or I'm not consistent, or I've given up, or I've tried and failed to lose weight multiple times in the past, whatever. If you've tried to lose weight and you haven't so successfully, then this is for you. Okay, so this example right over here, I really hope you can see this. So I have IPOF, so input, process, output, feedback. So input, as if you want to be like a winner, if you want to see how to create this right here, the positive feedback loops, is to have a positive input. So the positive input, for example, is 100% winner mindset. So if you wake up in the morning and you're like determined, you're super determined, just like the first day that you realized you wanted to lose weight, like that fire that you had, like you were just like pumped up to go to the gym and lose weight, okay? You're fired up, you know you can do it, like you believe you can do it, you're thinking about it, and that's what the input is that you are 100% determined that you're gonna win today. Just today, okay? We're just focusing on just today. Today, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna eat my meal plan perfectly. And then I'm also gonna go to the gym and kill an hour-long workout. That's how we would define today's perfect day, okay? So if you have that kind of mindset, that sets you up for the next step. For example, on the contrary, if you were to come into today like waking up like, well, I don't really know if I'm gonna lose weight, I don't know if I should go to the gym, or I don't think I can lose weight, or I've tried so many times, I don't know if it's worth trying again, all these different things, it sets you up for a negative feedback loop. So the very first thing is to put the positive mental feedback loop in place, which is to put a positive input in. And then moving down to process is to have perfect meals and a perfect workout. So today I wake up and the input is I'm gonna be perfect on my meals. I'm gonna be perfect, I'm gonna have a great workout. That's the input. The process is what happens throughout the day. So do I actually go and have an awesome workout? Do I actually eat what's on my meal plan and not go to McDonald's and binge, or like grab that extra cookie from the cookie jar, or snack around, right? So it's like I ate perfectly today and I had a perfect workout. That's the process. And then the output, the outcome of that process and that mindset is, well, you win. You win the day and you feel great. Like if you've ever done really good on your nutrition plan and you did really good at the gym, you feel really good. Like you feel proud of yourself, right? But you also won. Like you couldn't have done anything better. So you did perfect. Like you did great. That's what happens. You think I can do great. This is awesome. That sets you up. It doesn't guarantee, it just sets you up for the ability to have the perfect day. And then the process, you have the perfect day. The outcome or the output is that you won. You feel good, you won. And then the feedback is, output was great, right? So the outcome was great. We won. I feel great. It's perfect. The outcome is awesome. So then therefore repeat the input, because that's the feedback. It's going to bend back into the input. So repeat the input. So if you want to repeat the same output, you have to repeat the same input. And if you do that on a daily basis, you're going to get to your goal. You're going to get to your goal until you get to a point where you start having negative thoughts, or you have positive thoughts but take negative action. And that positive thoughts plus negative action is going to equal a different outcome from feeling good. Because it's like, well, I felt really good about it, but at the beginning of the day, I told myself I was going to win today, but then I didn't follow through. And then you're going to have a bad output, and then that's going to feed back into the input the next day, which is, well, I might as well just not eat my nutrition plan the rest of the day. Or I might as well just not go to the gym today since I skipped yesterday. And you're going to loop down into this negative trend. So really be aware of this, okay? This is huge. This is evolution. Do you want to evolve into the person you want to become? Or do you want to, digress into a person, or regress into a worse person than you are today? Because there's no complacency. You want to get worse, you want to get better. That's the question. And then if you decide you want to get better, recognize what's going on and figure out where you are. So I really hope this, you guys were able to take something away from this today. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if this video did help you. Like this video if it did help you. And comment down below what you would like to see differently, or what else you would like to see. I love getting feedback from you guys to see what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. But yeah, man, I'm stoked that you're here, and I'm stoked that I'm back here on YouTube helping you guys out. I've had nothing but love from you guys. So thank all of you guys. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next video, which is coming out Thursday. So keep an eye out for that. As always, have a great rest of your day, guys, and we'll see you next video.